I'm Peter Wilson, president of BizMarketing.com. I'm joined by the director of marketing, Emily Cadell. We're going to have a conversation about our rebrand.
Not only are we rebranding the business as a whole, but we're also rebranding our podcast. Maybe if you want to start about the branding of the business and then maybe talk about the rebranding of the podcast a little bit. And
13 years ago, I thought it was clever that I could get this domain name, Biz, and then MKTG, which is marketing for short. So at the time, I thought, wow, that's pretty cool. We can just be Biz Marketing, or as my kids said, Biz Micketing. And it served us well for 13 years. However, a lot of folks were getting hung up on the name. It was difficult, especially when you're having a phone call with somebody, to give them your email address. It's like, it's bizmktg.com. And I can't tell you how many times people were like, is that MTKG?
Oh, yeah.
Or I think it was an itch that we needed to scratch. And we've probably been feeling it for a couple of years. And we have recently been looking at our packages and just our business and our brand overall, and decided that we were going to rebrand in a way that made it easier for people to identify with us and say our name. Honestly, that really was the main thing. And we also wanted to figure out a way to drop the .com out of our name. So I guess the main goal was to simplify, clarify our marketing and just make it easier to say, easier for people to think about. And then the last piece would be easier for customers of ours to relate to, in terms of, like, when they think of us, they don't think of this jumbled up consonant salad of our name. It's very easy to think about. That's what prompted it. It was 12 years of building frustration and an opportunity.
What are the steps to the process that you think are important to highlight? Just because it is a big process, even though maybe people don't think it's that different of a name. It is very different for us. So maybe what did that process look like for us to come to this endpoint of biz marketing?
The first goal was to actually have the word marketing fully in our name. That was just no more mktg.com. But I've been collecting domain names over the years, as one does, as a nerd. We had some that spelled out biz marketing with different words in front of them. We started looking at the list of names, or the domain names that we had in place. We own Go BizMarketing spelled out, Get BizMarketing spelled out, BizMarketing USA, One BizMarketing. So we have all these different iterations of BizMarketing, but we have always been known as Biz Marketing. Like, that's the way that people refer to us. We landed on one, and this was about 3 months ago.
Yeah, probably about that.
So we landed on Get BizMarketing, and that we had that domain. So we were all ready to do Get BizMarketing, and we had our designer working on some logos with the Get kind of in a script, Get, and then Biz Marketing. And so we were set to go, ready to go. And funny thing happened on the way to the finish line. I happened to be looking again at bizmarketing.com and realized something had changed on the web with it. And it appeared that maybe the domain had a new owner, and they had an opportunity on their website to run an ad, like a banner ad. And I'm like, okay, great. We could put a banner ad for our Get Biz Marketing on bizmarketing.com. Wow, that would be cool. Filled out a form on the website, and the person who had the domain at the time got back to me and said, yeah, you could do advertising if you want. Also, this domain is available if you're interested. I was like, what? So I tried not to get too excited about it, and said that would be amazing if we could get that. And we did secure Biz Marketing, all spelled out, one word, no get, no go, no one, no nothing, just plain old Biz Marketing. getbizmarketing.com. So we were able to secure that domain. And that was obviously the catalyst. We weren't going to use Get Biz Marketing anymore. If we could just have, biz marketing. That was exciting and kind of a shock to some of our team members because they thought we were going to get this marketing. So it was really exciting. And we were just within days of pulling the trigger on Get Biz Marketing.
Oh,
So
yeah.
yes, we got it. We got it.
Woo. Lots of celebratory excitement over here. We were all pretty pumped. A lot of relief, I would say, of Get Biz sounded good. We were ready to move forward with it. But like as soon as we realized we could get Biz Marketing, it was like, oh, that's us. That's who we are. And it just felt much more meant to be, I would say.
Once we got the domain, we quickly shifted gears with our designer and had her revise the designs that she was working on. I'll show you our new logo. One of the things that she was able to keep was the biz part of our logo, which we really liked. So this is our website, and you can see the logo here. We kept, this biz is exactly like our designer had put together maybe 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
But then we had our logo was not this kind of square shape. It was more of a horizontal biz. And then in black lettering, mktg.com went over this way. And what's nice about this is we were able to keep the biz piece and then we just put marketing right underneath there. So it fits together very nicely. So the biz is very bold and the marketing, it just looks like a badge, right? I'd like to have a patch with that on it, put it on my jacket or something, it just, or a hat, or a hat or something. It just looks really cool.
Yeah.
So the thing I like about this logo is this is not just run of the mill lettering or font here. This was actually a custom designed font that our then designer created. And then she was able to integrate elements of it with this fitting under here. So I think she did a really good job of making it match and work. It's very, I would say, kind of a modern design. And one of the things that we did keep, so a couple of things we kept the biz, and we also kept the red and black of our core design. So that didn't change, but we've had that since the beginning.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's great. Yeah. Have you gotten much response from clients or past clients that just are like,
we put out an email that said, spoiler alert, we rebranded, and got a lot of real positive feedback from folks on that. A lot of people, I put something on LinkedIn, I had a massive amount of response on that. A lot of folks are giving us thumbs up.
Yeah.
We've always been called Biz Marketing, right? We've always called ourselves Biz Marketing. So it's just more of a refinement of our brand rather than just a complete rebrand. It's more of subtle nuance change, which in a lot of cases for companies that are looking to rebrand, I don't think companies need to completely throw out everything that they've worked with. I think it's really important to try to incorporate what you have, what's worked, and maybe just update, which is really what we're doing here.
Exactly. Yeah, I completely agree. And maybe along that line, I think we probably learned some lessons that we could have done better along the way. Do you have any lessons that really stick out?
The biggest one is it's better not to be clever. And I always thought, coming from a corporate world, I worked in corporate world for the first 25 years of my career, and I just thought everybody would know, oh, MKTG, that's short for marketing, right? But not everybody got it. And better to be plainly obvious than clever. The only other advice is you'll know when it's time.
Yeah.
You'll know when it's time. And it was very obvious to all of us. It's time to do something different.
Definitely.
So, the other thing that we've got is we are rebranding this podcast. We're rebranding the podcast from Business Life Done Well with Peter Wilson to the field guide by BizMarketing. So the field guide connotates an adventure and it has an outdoor feel to it. Field guide, I think of this notebook here, right? And I think of a field guide as like a set of notes that you're going to use while you're actually out in the field trying to do something. So it's practical, it's timeless. It's like, this is the actual notes of what you do when you go here. Like I fish a lot and I've got a lot of notes on fishing in different places, right? And it's kind of like that field guide. What do you do when you're here? So that's going to translate into the podcast with respect to interviewing a lot more businesses and their stories. I really want to lean into that, try to focus as much as possible on real stories of real businesses and individuals that have had success and failure along their journey and what they've learned.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, looking forward to the rebrand of that. Very excited about our BizMarketing rebrand. We've just got a lot of excitement going on over here. Big things happening.
For sure. Cool. Well, hey, thanks for joining me today.
Yeah.
Can't wait to dig into more of this as we go.